Hi, I'm Ava Valoria. Um, do my skincare with me. Do my skincare with me and skincare, makeup, and all the self care routines with me. While I answer, I googled it. Get to know me tag questions. So we're gonna answer most of this. So you get a little bit of information about me. And okay, let's start. Right now, I'm doing like my skincare. I've started a while ago. I just pretty much like reused it. Okay. I had to like regun it because I had to redo it because a while ago I had to like restart it because I said the wrong restaurant name. Okay. Um let's also do like my nails because I bought a bunch of gun. It's really cute. I want to do maroon right now. Probably maroon and blue. Maroon, blue. I want to do like maroon right now. Okay, so what time do I go to bed? Um, so I go to bed when I was younger. When I was younger, I would go to bed around like 5 a.m. I'd just go to bed around like 5 a.m. or maybe 3 a.m. and then I'd be up around like 7. It was really bad. I had a bad sleep schedule when I was in high school. But when I was like a bit older, I started doing a lot more things, got get a healthier habit. I started sleeping around 8 p.m. and that was on a good day. And then who is my celebrity crush? My celebrity crush is actually Prince Harry. When I was a teenager, my celebrity crush was Prince Harry. And then my 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 other celebrity crush was an anime. I don't know if you know this, but the Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan, my crush there was Levi. So that was it. That was my crush when I was younger, and then probably a lot of American actors from like sitcom. I used to watch a lot of television series, so I used to watch American television series growing up. So mostly that, to be honest. Like at some type it was Barney from How I Met Your Mother. Barney Stinson from How I Met. The real life person is of course gay. Um, how would you rate your childhood on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd say it's probably an 8. Um, I grew up in two cities. I grew up in San Juan because that's where my family lived because of my brothers who was studying there in San Juan City. So from 3 years old to 4 years old, I lived in San Juan, and then I lived the rest of my life in Quezon City, primarily near, primarily in Quezon City. Um, and it was really fun. There was a lot of physical activities. I had a lot of bonding time with my family and my brothers. I only hated it because we really got competitive, or like there were times that they wouldn't allow me to win and I would allow them to win. It was really hard, but it was really fun as well because I had like a lot of activities and people to know growing up. Um, what what is my middle name? Middle name? I think my middle name in American is Laverne, but if in Filipino terms my middle name it's Castañeda. So Castañeda, probably related to General Castañeda, if you know who that is. Maybe related to him. It's pretty cool too. I love Castañeda. My Castañeda name so much. It's like castañas, like like the thing that they sell na kind of bland, like the nuts. Did I do well? Anyway, so what are my favorite values in friends? Favorite values. I grew up in an environment, or I grew up with friends. I picked my friends really wisely, but I also had like a good amount of friends. I picked the one with the most moral compass or more ethical friends compared to like other people. I kind of picked like the good ones and the ones that I would look up to and who would challenge me to be better. And I picked like the ones that I feel like would make me the most normal or someone I aspired to be. So they were all smarter than me in different in high school. They were all smarter than me. They were good at things that I wasn't, and I was learning a lot from them. They were really supportive. I remember one time my friend group, um, I was in volleyball in grade 5. I was the only one in sports that time. And I was really lonely. Started training at grade 5, and then my friends, so I was in volleyball in high school. My friends, um, because my other friends were in PEP, all of the friend groups suddenly decided to go to PEP. So PEP is like the cheer squad, and then they joined, and then they told me that I'd like to think that it was for me because I was always in competitions, and then they joined for like training for like they joined the drum. I was really happy too about it, and my other friend joined volleyball primarily for me. I felt I just felt the support. They were like the most supportive to me growing up. I had such a solid backbone and a solid group of friends. They'd always like tell me, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that. Like focus on this. Let's focus on achieving more goals. Let's focus on bettering ourselves. Let's not give in to like haters or like let's not give in to bashing. Let's not get into fights. Let's like focus on like the good things in life." I could be like a soft girl. I think I entered my soft girl era because of them. They were such a great influence on me. Yeah, and I feel like all my friends like they tried to be like good people. They tried to be like a better person, and because I was surrounded by such supportive friends growing up, I had like a lot of people to like. I was really inspired. I was genuinely inspired by them. They really supported me. They supported all my goals. Yeah, they were really nice as well. They were really great. Um, what was my funniest memory in high school? A lot. I had a lot of I had a lot of funny memories in high school. My favorite one was when we were just like the 3 or 6 of us. We would, kasi it's UPS, it's inside UP Laban campus. When I was younger, we would prank college students on sunken, like around the campus, like small pranks lang naman, like parang like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, ganon. Parang like talking to them like we're normal friends. It was really funny as well. There was time now we would mimic certain college students for fun, and then like we'd be friendly naman after. It was really nice. It was really fun. And my funniest memory from high school was I got I I got late. So nasa labas ako ng pinto. Pinalabas ako ng pinto. Kasi kumain ako ata, or I decided to drink water, I think, or so. I was outside the gate. I was outside the door, and that's what happened. What is my favorite holiday? I love January. I love New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. I love January. The start of every new year. It's so beautiful. It's like the start of like parang everything's fresh. I love buying fireworks. Love it. I love waiting till 12. I really love it, to be honest. It was really nice. Um what is my best trait? I'm really nice. My default personality is nice, but like I'm also, I feel like I'm hardworking and I try to strive with integrity. I feel like I'm really hardworking. I feel like that's my, I feel like my best trait is that I'm hardworking, I have integrity, and I'm really nice. I feel like that would perfectly describe me. And hindi ako, parang I always side with yung feeling ko naape. Like, I think I'd base myself off that. My favorite restaurant, ayan. So my favorite restaurant, because I grew up in San Juan and Quezon City, mostly Carinderia. Carinderia. Because I remember in San Juan, I would love to eat in the, like, there's a certain bulalohan in Santa Mesa. It was like halfway through Santa Mesa from the Churchill. You'd go there and then meron dito. Malapit sa 707 before, and then nawala na lang siya around 2010 to 2012. Because I remember I was craving it and I said, Mom, can you buy that for me? And then they said, sarado na yun. But there was a time na nakakabili pa sila. For me. My favorite restaurant in QC has to be Trellis. I think it's Trellis because I think it's very cozy. I think it's very quaint. Parang very cozy. They have the oldest sisigan ata. I think they have the oldest sisigan. It has to be Trellis in Matalino. In Maginhawa, I'd like to say my tita's restaurant. Tita Jessica's Bulaloan, if it's still there. I think it's in front of this is the school here sila. I think over there. I mean, I've never eaten there before, but I love the kan yung sa harap ng kan because they had like a burger restaurant. So I love supporting small businesses. What is an interesting fact about me? My dad was old. I had an old dad. I think that's kind of normal lang ngayon. Pero like, I had an old dad. Parang 50 plus na siya nung pinanganak ako. So, yeah, I think that's a really interesting fact about me. What is the first thing I notice about people? What do I notice about people ba? If they're kind. If snobero sila. I think kapag when we meet, the first meeting, kung sino yung mabait, who I feel like was like very genuine, very like comfortable in their own skin, someone who's giving nice vibes, and someone who's not giving mean vibes. I feel like I can feel that. That's the first thing I notice about people. If like they're like a bit, if their personality, if they're cocky, or if they're, if they're nice, I feel like that's something that I notice at first. Yeah. What is your spirit animal? I feel like my spirit animal probably my spirit animal would be the lion. I feel like probably the lion or the owl. I feel like the owl because sometimes I'm very mysterious. I like to stay quiet and I prefer the dark, or the lion because sometimes I'm vivacious, or a golden retriever. And what is my favorite piece of clothing? I love tops. I love like tops. Like, I can't explain it, but I love crop tops. I'm sorry, but I love crop tops. When I was an adult, I started liking crop tops because it was hot in the Philippines. But then I started, when I was younger, I loved jackets. And then when I got older, I started loving crop tops. Did I go to college? I did go to college. I went to UP Antipag and UP Dalaman. How long was your longest relationship? With my family ever since. How long is your longest relationship? I never had a relationship. What would you or have you name your children? Um, I remember someone asked me this, and then I gave like, I gave like the name of like a friend, and then they were like, "Really? That's the name that you want?" I feel like I'd name my child. I don't know. I think that would be a good time. I feel like I would name after my mom or my dad or my siblings. So I feel like I'd name it after someone I love. I feel like I would name it after someone I love. Or my mom or my dad. What was your favorite subject in high school? Um, I think it was everything, to be honest. What was my favorite subject in high school? I used to do it for funsies. But I feel like my favorite subject in high school was, ano nga ba? I think it was Araling Panlipunan. That was my strongest suit. I mean, matataas yung grade ko dun palagi. I feel like I had really high grades in Araling Panlipunan. English, Araling Panlipunan, English, and that was basically it. That was my favorite subject in high school. Because then I got to public administration, so I think that was my strongest suit. Extracurricular, I feel. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I think my go-to is strawberry. My favorite go-to ever since is strawberry ice cream. Since I was a kid, it has to be strawberry ice cream. What was my first job? My first job actually was entrepreneurship. Um, when I was younger, before I entered school, I'd sell things to my neighbors and my family. They bought it though. They bought it. That was my first job. What is the first item on my bucket list? Go to a really good school. What is your go-to hairstyle? Hair down. I love my hair down. My hairstyle is immediately like long hair down. But then, ano kasi, like, it's very humid. So, like, it's very hot sometimes. So, that's why I like cut it. But always hair down. Long hair down. That's my basic hairstyle. Have I been to any concerts or festivals? UP Fair? UP Fair? If you could change one bad habit of yours, what would it be? Talking too much. I talk too much, and I argue a lot, and I'm online all the time, 24/7. I feel like I could change that, and maybe I should change that. It's really bad for me. What is my most memorable? I think the problem with me being online is overconsumption, over creating, so I'm trying to change that as well. What is my most memorable childhood memory? My most memorable childhood memory was when my dad would always bring me to his workplace and serve. Okay, probably not that. My most memorable childhood memory was my parents would always bring me to Quiapo. The first known I can remember was we'd always be in Quiapo, or we'd always be in Makati processions, or we'd always be in like, like Quiapo. We'd always be there. I think that was it. What are my pet peeves? I feel like my pet peeves would be noisy people. My pet peeves are like my pet peeves, because I'm kind of like an introvert, is like I can't handle noisy people. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. Do I have any bad habits? I have the bad habit of overthinking. I also have the bad habit of picking on my nails. I feel like nail biting. That's like a bad habit that I want to con. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do currently have a pet. It's a bird. I have I have a lovebird. I had I have like three lovebirds currently and a cat. How many siblings do I have? We're four siblings. Um I have four siblings. Do you prefer the city or the country? I think I prefer all of my loved ones are in the city. So growing up, I'd have to say I love the city because all of my loved ones are from the city. But then I love the countryside because it's very quiet and no one knows me. Um, where did I grow up? I grew up in Quezon City. Really just in Quezon City. I've been in Quezon City all my life. What social media platform do I use the most? Facebook. When I was in school, I loved to be on Facebook all the time. And then I started being on TikTok more because I needed a break from. Actually, no, yeah. I was on Twitter. I was very. Pretty much. Um. I feel like when I was a child, YouTube, I'd like keep on like watching. And then when I was a teenager, I'd keep on watching on YouTube. And then when I was like, and then I started going on like Facebook and being active more. But I'm not usually on social media. But yeah, what is one thing I wish people knew about me? Um, I'm confident. I'm very confident. And I'm nice. When was the last time you embarrassed yourself? May. Last month. Probably last month. Last month. Whatever. Probably last month. What are my life goals? I feel like my life goals is very basic. I go to school. I feel like I go to school, I graduate, get a job, have a family. I would love to have a family one day. Um, make my own business or create my own business. I feel like the end goal is creating my own business. What is my morning routine? I wake up, I check my phone, I stay on my phone for 3 hours, then I eat breakfast late. But like my ideal morning routine is I'm usually on my treadmill. I walk a lot, I exercise for an hour every time I wake up. I say my gratitude journal, I pray a lot. How would I describe my fashion sense? Temporary. um Whatever is there, to be honest. Whatever I feel like looks good on me, even if it's not on season. I just want to feel like I want to feel like it looks okay. Like I feel like it should feel wherever I feel most comfortable with. That would be it. It's probably it. The one I feel most comfortable with. What is my favorite book? My favorite book. Oh, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Probably what my dad wrote. Um, what are my hobbies? Trolling people on the internet? No, I'm kidding. My hobbies would be, I think, more of my hobbies. I think mostly it has to be, I feel like just doing a lot of spiritual work. And then, hanging out with my friends. A lot of spiritual work and hanging out with my friends. That's my hobbies. and talking to a lot of people, to be honest. What inspires me? Recently, nothing has been inspiring me. But I think what inspires me are like, I think people. People inspire me a lot. What they do, how they live their life. I feel like I like to get like little tidbits from people I admire and try to like emulate it in my life. I watch a lot of people a lot. I learn from watching people a lot. Like finding someone to emulate a lot. What is my favorite color? Maroon. My favorite color I think would have to be maroon and green and pink. I love pink a lot. It's my favorite color. I love maroon, I love green, and I love pink. Who are my favorite YouTubers? Lily Singh. Lily Singh. Lily Singh. And I used to watch a lot of PewDiePie, and I watch a lot of Rudy Mancaso, Lele Pons. Yeah, Lele Pons. I love to watch a lot of Lily Singh, Lele Pons. Yeah, I love them a lot. Do I have any siblings? I have 4 siblings, namely Moy. So it's Petronino, Leander, and Varon, and me. Do you prefer tea or coffee? Neither. I didn't like it growing up. I didn't drink tea or coffee because I was naturally or already overstimulated, so like I don't drink tea or coffee. But then when the milk tea craze happened, I was always drinking coffee. But since I was always drinking milk tea. But since I never drank tea, I feel like I didn't get it. What is the first thing you do after going home from work or school? I'm on my phone. First thing I do after work or school, I think I'm on my phone, or I'd be talking to my friends and family, and I'm on my phone a lot. So I think that was also kind of bad for me because I was always, I was dangerously always online. What sports did I play? I used to play swimming and volleyball. I used to do drums as well. I think I used to do like swimming or volleyball. Growing up, it was swimming and volleyball. Swimming was actually first, but then I sucked at it and I was like really tall, so like I kind of switched to volleyball. What is my favorite movie growing up? I'd have to say I always said Gone with the Wind, but my favorite movie growing up, probably Harry Potter. Was it Harry Potter? I think it was Legally Blonde. Probably like a chick flick. So I think Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew was like my first. Nancy Drew was my favorite film growing up, or like a Jessica Alba movies. Step It Up, the hip hop craze. I was there. I loved it a lot. What is my favorite? No, wait. What is my favorite animal? I used to love dogs. I used to like love dogs, but then they tried to bite me, and then so like I had like a phobia towards dogs, so I switched to cats. But then the cats tried to scratch me. I think it's more I'm switching towards cats more. I love cats. Actually, no, I'm switching to birds more. I love birds now. What's my nickname? My nickname is Andy. My nickname is Andy. Um, what is my go-to fast food order? Wait, this is really good. I feel like my go-to fast food order would be. I feel like it would be in Jollibee. I feel like 1-piece chicken joy all the time, and then fries. I think that's it. And then in Chowking, it has to be like Um, probably like the family size platter, chow fan, and then shawmai, and then wonton soup. And then in KFC, I'd just go for the chicken, to be honest. Like one piece chicken, always chicken. All I do is just chicken. All I do is eat chicken, to be honest. That's basically like all the things I've got. Basically, whatever I feel that day, I'm really not picky. What is my favorite Netflix show? Currently, I haven't been watching as much Netflix, but I have been on TikTok. But I have been on TikTok, which was really funny. Who is my favorite actor? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, definitely. Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie and Tom Hanks. Very basic. What is my what is your favorite thing to do when I have free time? Cry. Ruminate about my past. I need to go to therapy. How many girlfriends or boyfriends have I had? None. Zero. Zero. Zero.